You want to know a hack to get insurance to cover your GLP-1 prescriptions? Here's the truth. Most people get denied the first time that they try, and insurance companies are betting that you're just going to give up. But you do have rights, and you can appeal not just once, but multiple times. The problem is the process is confusing and it's time consuming, and a lot of providers just don't have the bandwidth to be able to fight through it with you. So that's why I partnered with Claimable. It's an easy to use tool that helps you build expert backed appeals proven to work. So don't give up on your shot at coverage. Exhaust your appeals. Go to getclaimable.com/plus sides to learn more and use code plus sides with a Z to save.
Going to ask my question, but when we talk about body recomposition, and maybe you can touch on
Good
this
question.
later, like what are some of the best ways to recomp our bodies, because they're completely different from, I know my body is even different from when I was like in my 20s or in my 30s.
So where did our butt go is the question. Where's our
My
butt?
butt is gone.
My butt's gone
I
too.
know where
Good.
mine is.
And I know you know where your butt is on fire.
Yes.
And you guys,
Mine is
Kat's
gone.
butt is amazing because she does butt
doing
stuff.
dandy right now, but go ahead.
But so like, hopefully, look, but hopefully, we can, touch on that, or you can just add on to it with this question. We caught one of your TikToks about increasing GLP-1 hormone. So could you expand on this beyond the limited time we have on beyond the limited time that we have on TikTok?
Yeah, it is brief.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love it. I love it. So many good things. So I can definitely hit on the body recomp, but I'll honestly say, as long as you're willing to do it for the long haul, if you can just continue that protein and continue that 10 minutes, 3 days a week, you won't even have to work at recomping. You will recomp. Right. And honestly, the way that I design programs, I'm typically, for women over the age of 30, I'm making sure we're hitting the glutes like crazy, and that we're hitting our upper back, because we tend to definitely deactivate upper back, and we deactivate our glutes. So that's one of the biggest things.
Those are definitely deactivated for me, doctor.
I mean, and it's easy. And a lot of,
I don't know where any of them are anymore. They're gone.
So, so all the stuff, anything that you can do to activate your body is going to be helpful. Getting into the GLP-1s, Dr. Rentea can also hit on this as well, because we were actually having a conversation. We talk all the time. We love sharing information and whatnot, but we were talking about this. And I think the one thing that she actually brought to my attention that I want to say up front, and this was like her kind of hitting on this, which I appreciated, is the idea that if you're suffering with, and I don't want to say suffering, but if you have obesity and I tell you to eat some Brussels sprouts, it's not going to be enough. Okay. So I'm going to share ways that you can increase your GLP-1 naturally. I'm just saying that's not what I'm prescribing if I want to help you have healthy metabolic health. Okay. So I think it's worthwhile to enhance your GLP-1 naturally. Some of the reasons for that will be, do you want to stay on the med? Will you be on the med lifelong? Do you want to keep the lowest dose possible? Okay. So there's a lot we can do where you can say, hey, listen, like, I will prescribe you the medication. You will be on it for your life. And that's okay. This is going to help your metabolism and your metabolic health stay healthy. And there's some things you can do so that we can kind of get you the lowest dose, so that we can extend your dosing interval, or we can do whatever we want to do. But the point is, with the GLP-1, increasing it naturally, one of the fun ones, and I'll hit it right off with Brussels sprouts. So it's actually the bitter receptor. So we have a bitter receptor. So GLP-1 is actually a hormone. It's produced in our intestines. And stomach, intestines. And the idea is that this bitter taste receptor, once we activate that bitter taste receptor, like, we're going to have activation of GLP-1. So we're going to have GLP-1. And the other thing that Dr. Rentea pointed out is that GLP-1, natural GLP-1 that you're producing in your body, because we all have it, the half-life is very, very short.
It's 2 minutes. I looked it up before. 2 minutes, and it gets broken down by DPP-4, which is, like a lot of the diabetic meds will be, that's another thing that we're targeting, right? We're targeting GLP-1, DPP-4. So anyway, I just want to say 2 minutes, right?
2 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah.
2 minutes.
Well, I still like Brussels sprouts.
I know, and I totally. So broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, things like that. So that's going to be a way that if you incorporate them into some meals, you might find greater satiety. exercise. So exercise is one of the ones that increases the amount of GLP-1 naturally by a landslide. I'm talking like hundreds of percentages, like 700% in one study. And so how much you ask? And I would just say, move daily for 10 minutes, right? And not strength training, but, get your steps in. So any kind of activity you can do is going to naturally enhance GLP-1. Hydration, believe it or not, actually enhances GLP-1 naturally. Protein enhances GLP-1 naturally. Stress management. So we like to ignore stress and we like to ignore sleep. We're like, oh yeah, well, sleep and stress, those are negotiable. Those are non-negotiable. Okay.
The stress one, Dr.
Yes. Stress one. Yes. So kind of finding a de-stressing practice, right? Hydration. As you can tell, though, there's a lot of different things that you would have to do to really kind of keep pumping out that GLP-1. And then if you talk about supplements, some of the biggest ones you'll see are going to be things like, you're going to hear berberine thrown around a little bit, right? You're going to hear allulose. Allulose is actually a natural sweetener that's been shown to significantly increase GLP-1. But again, like it's what Dr. Rentea said, it's not going to be there for that long, but it's going to enhance it. And then the other cinnamon, coumarin, like things like that. But again, the impact for somebody who actually needs to have obesity treated, that's not going to be enough. It's going to enhance, right? But it won't necessarily be enough. This would be good for somebody. Like if somebody says, I don't qualify for the med, what do I do? Well, let's start with some things that we can do. And then let's see where we get.
Yeah.
There is no glory in hot flashes.
Hell no. Feels like your damn cells are on fire. Right?
I don't know why you even want to go through it.
I don't even know. Let's talk about it. It's the Health and Wellness Podcast. We talk about all things that have to do with your body, health and wellness. So Kat and I both are going through perimenopause. She started going through it first, and then I kind of learned from her. So we're going to talk a little bit about what her symptoms were, and then we'll talk about what mine are, because they're kind of at different levels of the process. And you can see if maybe that's something you're going through, and we'll tell you what we did. All right. Kat, what was yours like?
We talk about periods now. So warning. So the first sign to me was I'd go 3 months without having one and then have 2 in the next month. And it was not fun. It was exhausting. So I went to the doctor like a good cat. And she said, well, surprise, surprise. You're in perimenopause. I said, okay. All right. So officially, I got my award for perimenopause. No, no sooner than I got home, I started having flashes. I said, oh, no, let me go find a telehealth. And Winona was the winner. Winner, chicken dinner.
Chicken dinner. Yeah, indeed. Yep. I know. And then I was like, okay, Kat. And I remember the time like you had started gaining weight and you were like, okay, like, do I need to watch my food? Do I need to exercise more? You like went the whole way, right? Like the whole gamut. And we were like troubleshooting it together because we besties, right? And then it turned out it was this. Then I started going through it too. I got my gallbladder out. I started having hot flashes. I couldn't sleep for years. And I reeled it back in. Couldn't sleep. Waking up at 3 a.m. wanting to unalive everyone everywhere because they were all making me so mad.
Oh, the rage.
I couldn't stand it. Yeah, the rage. And I was like, what is wrong with me? I'm actually very sweet when I'm not yelling at trolls about GLP-1s. And then I was like, okay, something's got to be wrong. So I go and talk with Kat. She tells me she started HRT, the difference it's made. She started losing again. And I was having very similar, but I still have a cycle. So we were like, we got to learn more about this. So we had on Dr. Kat, who is the chief medical officer for Winona, which is a telehealth that handles all things with perimenopause. And so we were like, all right, we got to know all about this. And we had such a lovely episode. So if you want to learn more about that from a doctor, like go to that episode. But if you're having these symptoms, but if you're having these symptoms, then definitely look into it. We have a code and a link and all the things to save you money. When you go, we're going to put it in the show notes and in the link tree so that you can go there. But this is definitely something that has helped us considerably. And, your body's fluctuating like through this. So you need a good doctor and care and someone you can be like tweak things with, because that's what's going on, man. Like there's no need to suffer, right? Like
there's no glory in hot flashes.
No glory in hot flashes.
Nor rage.
No. Exactly. No. So don't think that just because you have started missing your periods yet that you're not in it. Like go get it checked out and see if it helps you, because it has helped us significantly. Right? As Kat would say, it's clutch. So
what?
Go to the link in our bio. Go ahead and look into it. We hope that it helps you, and we love you.